Hello, everyone again. Sorry, this is attempt number 2. So before I go any further, if anybody is joining me live, say good morning and let me know if you can hear me okay. I have been having difficulty with the sound. So I'm actually going to go in and delete the first video because it will just confuse people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete that first video so you guys don't get confused and you come and join me in the new live stream. Can everybody hear me okay now? Bits not nits. Hi, I made it. Great, Jacqueline, great to see you. Can anybody let me know how is the sound? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Is the sound okay? Because I got out of the other live stream and I've come into this live stream. So I'm really hoping that the sound is a little bit better now. So, I'm also hearing we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook's end. I'm not quite sure. Can somebody let me know if they can hear me right now? Because I'm not getting any response right now. And I'm kind of wondering what's going on. It's so frustrating this morning. Maybe this morning I should just give up. What do you think? Yeah, I'm still not seeing anything in the comments. Still not great. Good morning. Why am I seeing the old live stream? I'm wondering. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. Much clearer. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I think I'm looking at the old live stream on Facebook. This is the problem when something goes wrong and then you're not quite sure what you're looking at or what you're commenting on. Hopefully that old one, I have deleted it. So I'm not going to touch anything for the moment because I don't want anything to break again. If you're joining me live, say good morning and say hello. Say hello to me. Let me know who's here again. Sorry if you said hello already and you got cut off. Say hello again just to let me know that there's people here. This morning, I'm going to be talking all about the Pantone Fashion Color Trend Report update. And this is one of my favorite sessions, and it's a really useful session for you as a personal stylist because you can go directly to your clients with this. And you can use it in your color consultations. You can use it for an update. And also, as a personal stylist, you absolutely need to be up to date with the colors and know which colors suit which people. So this morning's session is very practical and it's something that you can use right away. Now, StreamYard is still showing me that there's a problem with streaming into Facebook, but I'm going to ignore it, I think. I do see 3 eyes. I'm not seeing a lot of comments or anything, but I am seeing 3 eyes. So I'm just going to assume that everything is okay. It's really odd. When I look in the group, I think I'm seeing the old live stream, not the new live stream, but I'm not 100% sure because that's one of the things I do. I check the live stream to make sure that I'm going okay. Okay, there's at least 3 eyes watching me, I believe. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Worst case scenario, I'm going to just have to download this and put it up into the group afterwards. So the first thing that I'm going to show you here is the Pantone Fashion Color Trend Report from New York for autumn-winter. And even though we're just starting off the summer here in France, I definitely see a lot of these colors in the shops already. Now, so these are the colors you're going to be working with over the coming months. So as I said, this is a really useful session to use with your clients to get them in for another session, or to use it as a marketing tool, or however you want to use it. So up here in the New York Fashion Week, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors. Okay. Now the first one is called Tender Peach, and I would actually consider this kind of a neutral. I wouldn't really consider it a color per se. Of course, it's a color, but like it's not a bright color. I would consider this a neutral. And I think this Tender Peach, the hint is in the name, the peach is warm. There's a warm under base on this. So I think this is a wonderful neutral for all of the warm tones and all the seasons. Anyone that falls into a neutral category, this is a fabulous neutral for them in their wardrobe as well. Wonderful for summer. Moving on to the next one, and it's Rose Violet. And Rose Violet is cool. It's definitely cool. I would consider this cool, a winter or a summer color. Some deeps will get away with this, but mostly I consider it cool, winter or summer. Moving on, you have Viva Magenta, which is the color of the year, and that is a cool color. So I would consider that winter or summer. Maybe a deep would get away with this as well, depending on the level of cool in them. And this is a fabulous color going into winter, autumn, but it can be a little bit tough to wear in the summer. I guess wear smaller amounts of it, and you could totally wear it with a neutral, like a beige. The next one up is Red Orange. This is very warm, and this will suit all the warm tones and all the warm seasons. So I immediately think of autumn. It's somewhat muted, so I would say autumn, maybe deep. It's a little bright for soft muted, so you may need to tone it down a little bit. Spring, yes, I would wear it even in a brighter version of this orange for spring. And don't forget, like, that, you know, the eye is not exact at all. And when we move off this slide and I put another similar orange up there, you're probably not going to be able to tell the difference. So you can totally go brighter or lighter with these colors and still be the height of fashion. So you can adjust these colors to work for your clients. So if you have a soft muted client, for instance, you might say to them, look, I would wear this in a softer tone. You're still going to be bang on trend. And then maybe in an accessory down from their face, they could go for more the red orange. Red Delilah is warm as well. So I would consider that warm. The minute I look at it, I kind of think deep. I think autumn. I think, deep and autumn are the two that immediately come to mind there. The next up is High Visibility. And again, it's given in the name. It's bright. It is, it's high intensity. So I would think spring, or maybe some brights can get away with this as well. It's very high vis, warm color. Next up is Persian Jewel. And I believe that Helen Mirren wore a very, very similar color to this on the red carpet here in Cannes, and it looked amazing on her. It is a cool color. It is beautiful on summers like myself. Winters can wear it. The cool palette can wear it. It's really lovely. And even a light summer will get away with this and look really beautiful in it. Carnival Glass. Again, I see warmth in this color, and as a cool, actually, this is too warm for me. But a light summer would get away with it. I'm a cool summer. I think a light summer would get away with this and look amazing in it. And a light summer or a spring would look amazing in this Carnival Glass color. Next up is Burnt Sienna. And burnt sienna is warm. I do see some mutedness in this color. So I immediately think of autumn, deep, as the season and the tone around this. It will also go beautifully with tender peach. So the combination of these two together is just going to look amazing. Next up is kohlrabi warm. Kohlrabi. So sorry, I would categorize this as warm. It's a warm green. Again, I think a light summer would get away with it, but I think for a cool summer or the cool palettes, it's not going to look great. So I would say light summer or spring for this kohlrabi. The other thing I would suggest here is maybe in autumns could wear this for sure, and anyone in the warm palettes. So this time I've kind of left it a bit more open so that the colors are a bit more open to interpretation once you know what the underbase on these colors are. Okay, let me go to the next slide. Now things are working. I'm not seeing a lot of eyes, but I'm really praying that I'm actually streaming into the group. If not, I can upload it afterwards, so it's not the end of the world. So these are the neutrals from New York Fashion Week. There's kind of a lot of cool in here, despite all the warm and all the colors. The only warm neutral that I can see in here is Doe, the very last one. But you also have what was the name of the other one? The peach color, the Tender Peach. So they're the two main warm colors, I would say. So all the other neutrals, coconut milk is cool. I think this would be perfect for a summer white rather than like pure white. Silver birch is also cool. Another cool white, it's like silvery white. You also have Eclipse in here, which is cool. It's a cool navy. And you have Hot Fudge, which is a chocolate brown. There's a lot of cool in that brown. So I immediately think winter or deep or the autumn palette. So there's a couple there that will suit. There is brown, and brown by nature is warm because it has orange in it. But there's a lot of black in that Hot Fudge as well. So I think this is possibly the best black, if you wouldn't consider it black, for the deep palette. So that is New York Fashion Week. So now we are on to the London Fashion Week. So some of the colors are similar and some of them are not so similar. I think the London Fashion Week is a lot lighter, a bit more muted than the New York palette. So first up here is Per Simon. I would consider this coral, and I think this is warm. So this will suit all the warm seasons, all the warm tones. So immediately what comes to mind here is spring, light. The light summer will look amazing in this. Autumns will get away with this. Really, really nice. Conch shell. I had to look at this several times before I determined that it was warm. I think there's a good bit of warmth in this, and I actually even went into the internet and looked up what does conch shell mean, and I found that it's like a shell with quite a lot of orange tones in it. So that confirmed to me that there is some warmth in this pink. It is a little bit too warm for me. I think it would look amazing on a light summer though. And I think it would look amazing on soft muted. It's possibly a little too muted for spring, I think. So I would be inclined to keep that into the light summer or the soft muted. Fired brick, you know, the name of the color really gives a lot of information. So the brick part would immediately indicate to me that there is warmth in this color, and you can see it. It's a brown undertone, stroke orange undertone. So this is warm, and I would say that this most naturally falls into the deep or the autumn categories. Next up, you have sharp green, which is warm. So this more typically falls into spring. It's a sharper green than the green that we saw previously. So I would naturally put this into spring or summer. Next up, you have lace cap hydrangea. So this is cool. This is very similar to the Persian blue that we saw previously, although it's not quite as bright as you can see. This is a lot softer. So again, this is going to look amazing on summers. It's going to look amazing on winters. It will also look good on the light palette. So many people can get away with this lace cap hydrangea cool color. Next up is Spectra Yellow, which is very warm. To me, that is a mustard yellow, and that falls in the autumn or the deep palette, or maybe soft muted, maybe toned down a little bit in the soft muted, but that is definitely warm. Next up is olive oil. Again, another autumn color. This actually is a really brilliant neutral color for a lot of autumns. Deeps will look amazing in this as well. Sparkling grape. I believe there's an orange in that. That's definitely not a color I would wear as a cool person. So I would say that is warm. So that again is deep autumn, that side of the palette. Blue Atoll, very cool. Now it's quite bright. That is way too bright for me. So I would say that that more naturally falls into the winter palette, or even the bright palette, the winter flow to spring or spring flow to winter palette. Okay, let's have a look at the neutrals in this palette. So in this palette, you have pale khaki, which is cool. That's a gorgeous color for cools. I would definitely use a lot of that. You also have seed pearl, which is cool. All of them here are cool, as you can see, all the neutrals. So between the New York Fashion Week and the London Fashion Week, there is truly something for everyone. If somebody's watching and they feel like, well, there's nothing in there for me, drop me a comment underneath this live and let me know, because I think there is something in here pretty much for everyone with all these colors. So they're pretty amazing. Now, as we end that, I want to tell you about a new color confidence workshop that I have just created. I just had the inspiration to do it yesterday because I see so many personal stylists struggling with color analysis, even though they have been trained already, even though they are out there coding people every day, they are really struggling with color analysis. So I created this 3 live sessions workshop for those of you who really want to get beyond doubting your judgments and decisions. In many cases, many of you might even want to have your own seasonal and tonal color analysis confirmed. This is the workshop for you. So it is extremely difficult to color code somebody else if you're not even sure of your own colors, if you're doubting yourself. And I didn't really know this was a thing until I started training personal stylists, and I realized, oh my God, there's all these color consultants who've been trained in color, but they're not actually able to do color analysis, or they're constantly doubting themselves around color analysis. They're not even sure if they're their own colors. So if that is you, this color confidence workshop is for you. I'll be running it very much like I run my 5 weeks to online color expert program, without all the training, obviously, but it will have the aspect where I will help you color code yourself. We will color code other people in the group. So it's really very much going to be a workshop using the principles that I use in 5 weeks to online color expert, because that's what I think a lot of color consultants need, to be honest. I just think you need verification of your own colors and certainty around your own color analysis, and more confidence in what you're doing, because it is extraordinarily difficult to go out there and talk about something that you're not even sure of for yourself. The other thing is maybe you've been categorized into a particular season. For instance, say you're categorized into autumn, and you find that, oh my God, you know, that really doesn't sit with me at all. I know the colors suit me, but I don't feel like it's really me. How can I wear colors that suit me, but I still look my best in them? So it's about adapting what you have to who you are as well. And I think that's really, really important, because when I was first categorized as well, I was categorized as a summer, but I really didn't know how to put the colors together, or I didn't really understand how to wear the colors for me, because I'm definitely not a light summer. You will not see me in pretty pastels. It's not really me. I'm very much a cool summer towards winter. So adapting the colors to who you are and wearing the colors in a way that works with your style, personality, and your personality is so, so important. So this workshop is going to be totally led by you, really, with me there as a guide on the side, giving you the guidance around, you know, what you could potentially look at for making your own colors work for you. It is not going to be reams of training or anything like that. It is purely suited to people who want to come and get clarity around their own colors and see me guiding other people as well. So I think you're going to learn a lot, as many people tell me from my workshops, but it's going to be more of, it's not going to be sitting there looking at a slide presentation, put it that way. It's just going to be a lot more practical, unraveling why you don't feel comfortable in your own colors, why you don't feel comfortable talking about color analysis. So I hope that explains this new color workshop that I'm going to run. I do need a minimum of 5 people to run it. So if you're interested, you can click on this and find the full details when I upload it. Right now, I can't even upload it. I don't even know. Yeah, I think that this hasn't actually gone live into the group at all. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to upload it now with all the relevant, with the handout, so that you can access this workshop as well. And my sincere apologies, but technology is technology, and it does what it does. Sometimes I think it's related to what I'm doing. Sometimes I think it's just the technology itself. So I'm going to leave it there. It's a short session. It's not a very long session. I'm going to leave it there for this Friday. And if you have any questions, please do respond underneath this video, and I will get back to you with any questions that you want answered. Thanks so much. Bye.